Welcome back to Pete's Dugout. This is episode number 12 and we are back after a very quick break, and I hope you all enjoyed your snow days this week. How mad was that? The day before was glorious sunshine in Wales and then boom, snow everywhere. So a shout out as well to those who had to go to school, uni or work regardless. I am one of those people, unfortunately. But anyway, back to the football, and a very quick reminder of what happened last time as we send our scout to Scotland for a couple of months and change the position of our very exciting prospect Jacob Thomas to Cam, where I feel he's going to be the most suited. So yes, we had our first bid of the transfer window last time, and it was for our starting number 10 Callum O'Hare. Leeds put in a bid of 7.5 million, and I was so conflicted that I took the meeting and said, look, I need some time to think about this. Give me a couple of days, I'll have a chat with the lads and I will get back to you. Realistically, in my eyes anyway, this is the type of club that will come in for my players. Mid-table Premier League teams looking to improve squad depth and pick up talented youngsters from the Championship. But we are also on a run of our own and could end up in the Premier League ourselves. So that's my dilemma. I've bought myself a bit of time, and I've also put some players on the shortlist just in case we do decide to sell. And then I had a bid for Gyökeres, which to be honest I was totally expecting. Rangers, currently top of the Scottish Prem, bid 8.9 mil for his services. And this may surprise you, but I thought this was quite an easy no. Yes, Rangers are likely to play European football next year, but I just couldn't see Gyökeres giving up a chance to play in the Premier League. It's really early in the window as well, and I feel like he would hold off in case of any bids. And I don't think I included it on this video, but on the newsreel it actually said that Everton were rumoured to be interested in Gyökeres, which would be an absolutely ideal destination for him, as hard as that is to admit. So one bid rejected, one bid pending, and I need to put all of that into the back of my mind because it's FA Cup time and we have got ourselves a difficult tie against promotion hopefuls Burnley. We have of course already played them once this year and drew that one 1-1 at home in a tight game. I did rotate the side a little bit though for this cup tie because we've played a lot of football over the past couple of weeks. So Wilson comes in as my cup goalkeeper, Burrows gets the nod at left back, and Ginelly starts at right wing. Apparently I've been pronouncing Ginelly's name wrong for 11 episodes, but I heard it on Soccer Saturday last weekend because he scored a brace for Hearts against St Johnstone, and my face just dropped. But we live and we learn, so sorry Ginelly. But we had started the game well with a well-worked opening chance for O'Hare and Kim, but it was Burnley who struck first after backup goalkeeper Wilson makes a mess of the save from Brownhill, and Dervisoglu has the easiest of tap-ins from a couple of yards out. A really disappointing goal to concede after the bright start, but plenty of time to get back into this one as Sheaf makes an outstanding tackle and sets Burrows away down the left. He sees Gyökeres in space, who barrels forward and gets a huge stroke of luck, but he takes his time and finishes past the Northern Ireland goalkeeper. Just the goal we needed after going behind, and we are back in the tie. The game did cool off a little bit after the 2 goals, but Burnley had one more chance before half-time as Connor Roberts sends a ball over the top down the right. Again, there's a hint of fortune as Cherlinov finds Bastian. He squares the Dervisoglu and he smashes home his second of the day to give the Clarets a 2-1 lead as we head into the half-time break. So no changes at the break, but we knew we had a job to do as Ginelli picks up the ball outside the box. He turns and finds himself in acres of space and uses all his pace to get the break going. The Burnley defence crumbles and Josh threads a simple pass through to Gyökeres and he's through on goal. The big Swede shows he's no slouch, and once again he beats the Burnley number 1 to make it 2-2 at Turf Moor and hands off my striker Glasgow Rangers. This game was really end to end, and Edwards cuts out a dangerous pass from a Burnley attack. He finds Ginelli again down the right, who offloads to Allen. He takes a couple of touches to separate himself from the defenders and he's away. He looks up and spots Kim bursting into the box, curls in a right-footed cross and keep that one out. A beautiful header from the Korean, and he gives us the lead for the first time in the match. So just before the 75-minute mark now, and I made some changes with Kim, Sheaf and Blackman making way for Bapega, Eccles and Darboe. Fresh legs were definitely needed, and we had to stay switched on against the Burnley counter-attack, but it's Coventry who found the next attack again. Eccles is involved immediately and plays a 1-2 with Gyökeres, and O'Hare is through on goal. He bursts past the defenders and somehow puts his effort past the post. Something tells me the lad is distracted by a certain Premier League bid because he missed 2 big chances today. So O'Hare did make way after that with a couple minutes to go along with Gyökeres for Walton and Palmer, and just before full time Burnley had a free kick in a dangerous area. The ball in from Brownhill is poor and Eccles heads clear to Ginelli. Even when he's tired, the winger is absolutely rapid and he accelerates past the defenders like they're not even there. He's through one-on-one, but he takes far too long and Peacock Farrell makes a great save. But that would do it, and we progressed through to the 4th round of the FA Cup after a comeback victory at Turf Moor. And straight after the game, I had a decision to make. Javi Garcia was starting to build a new team at Ellen Road, and he wanted an answer. So after weighing up all of the options, I decided not to stand in Callum's way and give him the chance to impress in the Premier League. I tried and tried to get more value out of the deal, but Leeds were playing hardball, and I accepted the £7.5 million offer. I am happy for him, and also for the realism of the save. It's a great sum of money for Coventry, and I've already got a plan in mind of how I'm going to use the money. But as we look ahead, we get the draw for the 4th round of the FA Cup, and it's another all-championship duel. We're at home to Hull City, and I really like our chances of progressing. We've avoided a whole host of Premier League teams, which is great news, and there's a Manchester derby to look forward to as well in the 4th round. But before we get there, we have an important league game at home against Rotherham. Back to a more conventional starting 11 this time, with the only change being Palmer for the outgoing O'Hare. And this may seem a little off topic, but I just had to pause my commentary because I just saw that Bournemouth have beaten Liverpool 1-0, and honestly, what a crazy season it's been so far. The relegation battle is such a roller coaster, and what on earth is going on with Liverpool? Beating Manchester United 7-0 last weekend, and then losing 1-0 to last place Bournemouth. You've got to love the Premier League, but I wonder how much will change at Liverpool this summer because it's also been a really strange season for them. But anyway, back to the football now, and I was looking for a comfortable result here. Watford are breathing down our necks hoping we slip up, and we have to keep winning if we want to be joining Callum in the Premier League next year. So as we get the ball moving down the left, Bidwell swings a dangerous cross in and Tavsan gets his head to it, but he must have had his eyes closed because it goes well wide. It's really frustrating because Tavsan gets on the end of so many crosses, but his finishing with his head is so poor. If he can add that to his game as well, he'll be such a threat going forward. And speaking of threats, that's a wonderful finish from Allen to open the scoring for Coventry, and a lovely layoff by Sheaf. The midfielders link up to give us the lead, and I've been really impressed with the fact that other members of the team are getting goals over the last few games. We're not so reliant on Gyökeres, which is really reassuring, just in case we do lose him this window. Touch wood that we don't. But Rotherham did go close just after our goal, and I knew we would need a second to really feel comfortable. And we almost got it as well. Another long-range effort from Allen beats Johansson, but crashes off the underside of the bar, and Kim can't keep his acrobatic effort down. But momentum was all on our side now, and just past the half-an-hour mark we looked to capitalise. Palmer threads a ball through to Tavsan, and he dribbles to the edge of the box. He cuts the ball back to Palmer, who hits it first time, but the Rotherham goalkeeper gets down well to save. So just enough time for one more chance before the break, and Rotherham did have a bit more possession. Patient build-up play on the right, and Brink finds the Rotherham forward in far too much space, but Ronnie makes a smart save to turn it behind for a corner. And from the resulting corner, we struggle to clear. The ball drops to Rotherham in the box. They play a ludicrous backheel pass into Washington, which somehow comes off, and he finishes past Ronnie with Bidwell just playing the Rotherham man on side. So it's a really frustrating end to the half, and after a fairly dominant display, we head into the break tied at 1 apiece. So I made one change at the break, with O'Hare getting 45 minutes to say goodbye and hopefully help us get the 3 points in the bag. But it's Rotherham who started the better team in the second half, and they almost took the lead, but for a stunning save from Ronin. We really didn't play well in the second half at all, and didn't record our first chance until the 78-minute mark, with Gyökeres pacing forward. He feeds Kim on the left, who checks back inside and plays in O'Hare just outside the box, but the English forward snatches at the opportunity, and it's an awful effort in the end. So a couple more changes now, as we were desperately searching for a winner. Dabo and Eccles come on for Blackburn and Sheaf, but with 10 minutes to go I asked for patience. Everything so far had been rushed and hasty, and we just needed some composure on the ball to create a big chance. O'Hare passes to Allen on the edge of the box and gets it back from him. He sets it back out of his feet, looks up, and O'Hare! It's a dream goodbye from the Englishman as he puts Coventry into the lead with a beautiful strike from outside the box. The celebrations are perfect, and I was right in the thick of it, running down the touchline like Mourinho in his Porto days at Old Trafford. And we hold on for the final few minutes, and O'Hare's stunning final goal proves to be the winner in front of the home crowd as we walk away with a 2-1 lead. So after all the celebrations of scoring the winner, O'Hare says his goodbyes and he makes his way to West Yorkshire to play Premier League football. We will miss him, of course, but an extra $6 million in the transfer budget is extremely useful. And like I said, I have big plans for how to improve the squad in this window. And we will need it, as we find that Watford also keep winning in this 2-horse race, both tied on 66 points with our superior goal difference giving us the slight advantage. But that's going to do it for another episode of FIFA 23 Career Mode on Pete's Dugout. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. If you did like it, then please do drop a like and consider subscribing. I'm still working on that outro, but I'll be back with another episode featuring more transfer news very soon.